Hello everyone, it's Karen here from Karen's Creations Scrapbooking in Wyerton. Welcome to the craft room. Today I'm going to show you how I put together this happy birthday card with the Cherry Pansy stamp and die from Heartfelt Creations. I also used a couple of sizzix dies. This one here from sizzix, it's a thinlit. It's called Crochet, and this new one from Tim Holtz, it's a background die, and it's called Bouquet. I also used a Viva clear stamp set, and this is what the Cherry Pansy from Heartfelt Creations looks like. So what I did first is I took the background stamp, cut it out with my machine. This paper was thick, so it took a little bit to get it cut properly, but it does cut very nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Wilted Violet Distress ink, and I'm going to dip it in the ink. And I'm just going to lightly rub the centers of the flowers. This just gives it a little bit of texture and a little bit of color in the center. I can do the edges. Gives it a little bit more depth. I usually pick the paper up and do it this way, but it's a little bit thin, so my dauber is getting kind of funky, but that's okay. I'll just set that aside for a minute. I'm going to show you how to color the Cherry Pansy. So I'm just going to show you how to color this. You do the rest the same. The video is too long. I've already done it once, so the video was too long and I couldn't upload it, so I have to do it again. So I took the yellow mustard seed distress ink, and I'm just going to rub the center, and you're going to rub it out to the middle of the petal on all three sides. And then I'm going to take the Seedless Preserves Distress ink. And this color is just a little bit soft. It's like a pinky purple. So it's a pretty soft color. And then I'm going to take the Wilted Violet and go around the edges just to make it pop. And you can see it just makes the edges pop a bit. Just like that. Okay. For the leaves, I colored it with the Peeled Paint Distress ink and a little bit of the Wilted Violet in the center. So you just need a little bit, and you're just going to drag it up and down the center of the petal. It gives it a little bit more color in there. Okay, and to shape it, what you have to do, you need your sponge and a water spritzer. You're just going to flip the back, and you're going to spritz them with water a couple of times. You have to pull the trigger really quick to get the spritz. If you pull it slower on the Distress water spritzer, it's going to give you big droplets, and you don't want that. So I just take the tool, and I can push it and rub it around the edges of the leaves. I can push it down on the front, and the petals I'm going to rub the edges. On the card that I showed you, I used the 3D mold, so it has a little bit more texture in it. but for everybody doesn't have a mold like that, so I'm just going to show you how we do it normally. So you're going to rub all 3 petals, and then you're going to push down on the center to make it pop. Okay, and then this is what the other half of the flower looks like. So you're going to have one like this and one like that, and this is the largest one. So what I like to do is put the glue on this side, this part of the petal, and I'm using the Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue. It's a pretty well used bottle, and I'm just going to stick it in the center and let it dry. Okay, so I did 1 large one, 1 medium one, and 2 small. 1 large leaf and 2 smaller leaves. So they come 3 leaves like that. You have to cut one off. So we're going to cut one off this big one, and I like to just cut the smaller one. Now we're going to put this card together. Okay, so we have this background paper. I'm just going to flip this around so I don't get purple on my back of my card. We're going to take the purple die cut piece of paper, put some glue on it, just in little different little spots. Stick it to the card and make sure you're at the top edge of the card, because we have a die cut piece to put on the bottom. So the die cut piece I cut out of white cardstock. I started inking it with the Seedless Preserves, and then you just need a little bit of the Wilted Violet over top to give it a little bit more color. Okay, and we're going to stick it down right there. And I'm just going to stick it right on top of that edge. Now we have a happy birthday sentiment. I cut this out with a die, a Cottage Cuts die actually. So we can ink the edges with this if we want. And we're going to put some foam squares on the back. I always like to put one in the center so the middle doesn't go down on you. Sometimes they do that. Okay, I'm going to put it almost to the right edge of the card. I'm just going to leave a little bit of the flower showing. I want to pop dot the large flower and stick it down about there. We're going to cover a part of the happy birthday oval. I'm going to stick the largest 2 leaves just at the bottom underneath that pansy. And then I'm going to stick one of the smaller pansies just in between those 2 leaves. Sometimes I use my tool and I just like to stick it there and pop it up. Okay, I'm going to take 2 small leaves and glue it to the top left portion of the card there, and just add another small pansy. I'm going to stick another leaf just under that small pansy. Coming out. And one just coming out of the left side of the large pansy. Just flip that up and stick it in there. Okay. The medium pansy I'm putting on the bottom right hand corner. And put the 2 leaves down first. Pansy. Oh, I'm throwing stuff. Pansy, and then I'm gonna stick a leaf in between the petals on this one as well. So I'm gonna pull up the top petal and just stick it in the middle. It almost goes off the card, but it's not. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is add the frills, and the frills are just little white or little round balls that we're gonna glue there. We're using the Art Glitter Dries Clear glue again, and we're just gonna put some glue in the center of the flowers. It's gonna stay. And I just have a white paper tray here to catch the frills. And sometimes I use a spoon, sometimes I just dump it over top. And the glue catches it. We'll just wait a second for the glue to dry. And we can just pop it over. You could add some glitter to it if you wanted, or just leave it like that, let it dry, and give it to somebody special. Thank you for joining me. Always drop by my website, it's kc-scrapbooking.com. This is one of the first cards that I have done for a video. So I do have kits for these cards. It's on my website. Anything you need, just give me a call. Take care.